Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salam ala sharafil anbiya'i wal mursaleen wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Allahumma infa'ni bima allamtani wa allimni ma yanfa'uni wa zidni ilman. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Alhamdulillah, with the last session, we have completed the first property of the ism, and that was the status, the role that the word is going to play. So as I told you, every ism has got four properties: status, number, gender, and type. So far in the first 5 sessions, we have completed the first property, status, which in turn had 4 sub-items under it. Under status, there were 4 sub-items that we completed by the session yesterday. The first item was the forms of status, which is Rafa, Nasb, Jar. Rafa, doer of the act. Nasb, details of the act. Jar, showing the possessive case, the word that comes after of. Those are the forms of status. How do I decide the form? That's the second sub-item, based on ending combination or ending sound. First, you should check the ending combination. Does the word have an ending combination? And what's a combination? Ani, aini, una, ina, atun, atin, tani, taini. These are combinations. So if you find any of this, then decide the status based on the combination. If there is no combination, then the ism will definitely have an ending sound on it. Ending sound means un, an, in, or tun, tan, tin, or it could be u, a, e, or tu, ta, ti also. It's possible. So these are the ending sounds. This is how we decide the status of it. The third item was weight, wazan. The weight could be light or heavy. An ism could be light, could be heavy. By default, all are heavy. What do you mean by heavy? Well, if I see the word, I see there is an ending sound or ending combination on the word that is heavy. Or if I hear the pronunciation, then I hear noon sound. Muslimina, Musliman, Muslimatani. Those are all heavy. How do you make it light? By get rid of the noon sound. If it is a singular word, remove one dhamma fatha kasra. If it is a dual or a plural word, drop the noon. So Muslimin becomes Muslimi. Muslimaini becomes Muslimain. So that's how you make it light. That was the third item under status. The last and the final item under status was the flexibility. What's the flexibility? Well, as the word makes it sound, the word either it is fully flexible or inflexible or partially flexible. Okay, what do you mean by fully flexible? Well, fully flexible means the word, when it undergoes the change for performing different roles, it changes its ending to indicate whether it is Rafa, Nasb or Jar, whether it is doing the act, whether it is giving the detail, or whether it is showing the possession. So this change in the ending lets the reader know what role the word is performing. If the word does that always and matches the behavior of the Muslimun table, then the word is fully flexible. If there are, there are some words which don't behave like this. They don't change at all. Their face looks the same. They have the same ending irrespective of what role they are performing. Those words are called as non-flexible, like the word Musa, Isa, Bushra, Huda. They don't change. They have only one face. They show the same face. So it's up to us readers to do a little bit of more investigation to figure out what role is it playing. Yes, it needs a bit of work, but it's not difficult. It's not impossible. We can figure it out. Those are non-flexible words. In between these two extremes, there is a partially flexible word. What that word does yes, it shows flexibility, but not to the complete extent, only to a certain extent. So these words, they have a face for Rafa state, then they have one more face only for Nasb and Jar. So which means in Rafa, they are distinguishable, but when they are Nasb or Jar, they have the same face. So we have to do a little bit of more work to figure out whether it is really Nasb or Jar. The other peculiarities, they don't like kasra. That's the reason they show the same face in Nasb and Jar. They also don't like tanween, which means they are always light. So this is the reason number 1 for the word to be light. Other 2 things about partially flexible word, these are used, the 2 common categories that usually contain words of partially flexible type are names of location. any name of a place, country, town, city, village, anything like that. That most probably it's going to be a partially flexible word. The other category is the non-Arab names. All those names that are considered as foreign by the Arab people are treated as partially flexible word, or if they have alif maksura at the end, they might be non-flexible. So those are the first 6 session in a nutshell. After completing status, now we are good to go to the number, the second property of the ism. Yes, we have studied number to a certain extent. We are comfortable in recognizing singular, dual, and also plural. So singular, dual is okay. There is nothing more to it. All the words with the tanween. Singular words, usually the singularity is indicated by tanween. So if you have a tanween on the word, yeah, it might be singular. That's a sign. Dual is also easy. If it is masculine, it will have ani aini. If it is feminine, it will have tani taini. That's it. There's nothing more to this singular and dual. So why are we studying numbers separately then? Well, because we need to study the plural. The plurals in Arabic are really interesting and challenging. So today's topic is going to be numbers, but inside the numbers, the focus is completely on the different types of plurals that exist in the Arabic language. Okay? With that, if you don't have any question, as usual, then we will get started with this. Let me share the slide. Session number 6. Okay, here you go. So I hope everybody is able to see the shared screen. The screen is shared. Okay. So numbers. This is the property number 2, plural and all, blah, 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 blah. Every ism has those properties. Number is one of them. Yes, we know that. Again, number indicates whether the word is singular, dual, and plural. Okay. So singular, dual, we have already done with it. The whole focus today will be on the plurals. The presence of ending sound or ending combinations helps us to figure out the number. As I told you, the grammar is at the end part of the word. So the ending helps us decide the gender, the number, the status, everything is at the ending only, most of it, right? Okay, good. During our study of status, we have already studied number to a fair extent, yes, except for a special type of plural. Now, as I said, the focus is going to be completely on the plural word. So pay attention to this, okay? This is really, really important, interesting, and also not so conventional. So pay attention to it. Now, in case if it sounds little bit weird to you, that's okay. Every language has got weirdness, so does Arabic. That does not mean that we make this as a topic of, oh my God, that is difficult. No, it is not difficult. That's the shaitan is just making you look like, and you are helping him. It's just one of the topic. It's like mathematics. Most of us, I know, don't like it. And so was I. At times it became very challenging. But that does not mean we leave the mathematics subject. So we leave that topic. Okay, that's fine. I don't understand this little part, that's okay. But that does not mean I leave the mathematics. If you really want to become an engineer, you need mathematics. So if there are topics which don't go well, that's okay. That's okay. Just ignore it, get over it. And over a period of time, you will find that it was not that hard. I can understand now. So just a word of caution. Okay. Now, in Arabic, if a word is plural, then it should have one of these endings. Okay. And the endings are una, ina, atun, or atin. If a word has this ending, if the ism has this one of these 4 ending, the ism is plural. Okay, this we all know it. Now, there are words in Arabic which are plural, but they do not have any of this ending. I repeat, all the words, all the isms having the ending of una, ina, atun, atin, they are plurals. They are plurals. But then there are some words which are plural, but they don't have these ending. Such words in Arabic grammar are labeled as broken plural. This is the English term given to them. The Arabic term is Jama Taksir, but we are good with broken plural. We will start using that term when we go to the advanced courses and all. But at this moment, first understand the concept. Don't get caught up in the jargon, in the grammatical terminologies. So that's why we are using broken plural, easy to understand. Okay, what are broken plurals? Broken plurals are those words which are plural but do not have the usual ending of una, ina, ato, natin. Those are the broken plurals. Okay, so to summarize, here are the three main types of plural words in Arabic language. There are three main categories of plural words in Arabic language, which means if a word is plural, in Arabic, it should belong to one of these three categories. Okay, it cannot be outside of this. Okay, what is that? Well, the first category, as we know, is the masculine plural. That's one type of plural, masculine plural. The second category, yes, you guessed it right, feminine plural. That's the second category. And if the word is not masculine plural, not feminine plural, but definitely plural, then it should belong to broken plurals. These are the only three categories existing in Arabic language. So if you look it from inside out, it's not that difficult to understand the plurals. Keep this base in mind. Every time you're talking about Arabic plural, put this flowchart into your mind. Either it has to be masculine plural, feminine plural, or broken plural. Okay, it cannot be outside of this. So these are the three main types of plurals. Okay, now this concept of broken plural exists in all the languages. Yes, even in English there are broken plurals. I will show you that. But they are not called as broken plural. That's a different story. But they do exist in all the languages. Okay. So these broken plurals are plurals, but they do not have the usual conventional ending of una, ina, ato, natin. So what are the examples? Here are a couple of examples to give you the taste of broken plural. For example, the word kitab. Everybody knows this. Kitabun. Okay, kitab. It's a singular word. Yeah, kitab means one book. Okay, so what's the plural of kitab? If I want to say books, well, singular is kitab. If you want to say two books, I guess that would be kitabani or kitabaini. Yeah. What about plural? Well, not kitabuna or kitabina, and not even kitabatun or kitabatin. Why? Because this is neither masculine plural nor feminine plural. This comes in the category of broken plural. So the plural of kitabun is kutubun. Plural of kitabun is kutubun. Now you see that the word kutub is plural, but it doesn't have una, ina, ato, natin. That's why it is categorized under the role of broken plural. Similarly, there is a word rasul, messenger. Rasulun, single messenger. Well, what about two messengers? Well, rasulani or rasulaini. What about plural? Well, not rasuluna. It should be rusulun. It should be rusulun. Rusulun means messengers, plural. So some student might be curious, wow, what is so broken in this? Why are we calling this as broken plural? Well, the basic reason is, if you make a plural and keep the singular format intact without modifying the singular format, if you are able to make a plural, then that is called as sound plural. Sound is the opposite of broken. So sound plural could be masculine plural, could be feminine plural. So these two can be put under the category of sound plural in contrast to the broken plural. Because when you take the word Muslim and you want to make a plural, you don't have to modify, touch or break or do anything to the original word Muslim. You can keep it as it is and add a una, add a ina at the end of it without disturbing the original architecture of the word. And you get Muslimuna, you get Muslimina. You did not break the singular format. So this is sound plural, which is sound plural. In contrast to that, when I take kitabun and try to make a plural, I drop the alif which was there. So I broke the singular format. That's the reason we are calling it broken plural. Rasulun, there was a waw. We dropped it and we made it rusulun. So again, you broke the singular format. That is a broken plural. That's why it is called as broken plural, because the plurals that are made by disturbing, by modifying, by altering, by breaking the singular format are called as broken plurals. Here is one more example. Kafirun. Kafirun. The plural is kuffar. Kuffarun. Again, you broke the format. The alif was after kaf. You put it after fa. So you disturbed it, you break it. That's why it is broken plural. I know some student might be still thinking, okay, there is a kafiruna in Quran also. Yes, there is kafiruna. So unlike English, Arabic, some of the Arabic words have more than one plural. This is one of those. That's why there is an asterisk over that word. It indicates kafirun has two plurals. One is kuffar, which is broken plural. It has one more plural, which is sound plural, not broken, and that is kafiruna. Now in kafiruna, we did not break the kafir format. The format of the word kafir, single. So it is called as sound plural. But kuffar is a broken plural. Okay? So that is what is broken plural in a nutshell. Did everybody get it? Questions?
Excuse me, sir.
Go ahead. Everybody is excused.
Sir,
Yeah.
is it mandatory that every word in plural will end with a dhamma?
No, not necessary. Well, I don't know whether you attended, how many sessions you attended from the beginning, but we said that by default, all the isms start as Dhamma. So I could have taken the example of Kitaban and Kutuban. That's it. It could become Kitaban and Kutuban, Kitabin or Kutubin. Yeah, any example you can take. But by default, we start with Dhamma. Every word we write with Dhamma. Because when you write with Dhamma, that's the default. No question asked. But if I write Kitaban, okay, then I need a reason for it to be made to be nasb or jar. So that's why most of the examples are with Dhamma. That does not mean only Dhamma works, everything works. Okay?
Okay, sir. The only first session I didn't attend, so that.
You did not attend the first sessions?
You were not added me on that day.
Oh, okay. So it might be some issue on the other side. Anyway, no problem. So that's the default, and that's how we start with. That's why all the examples are with Dhamma. Okay? Fine.
Okay, sir.
Okay, no problem. Fine. So no questions? Let's go ahead. Oh, ignore that slide. That's fine. Okay. So basically, here is the flow chart for you to understand broken plurals. As far as broken plurals are concerned, you should know two things. First of all, how to recognize them. How will I recognize a broken plural? Because the challenge is, see, in the sound plural, you can recognize the plural by ending combination. If there is a una, if there is a ina, atun, atin, I can easily recognize this is a plural. But in case of broken plural, they look very much like the singular word because they have an ending sound on it. So the first thing that you should be able to do is to recognize them. And how will you recognize them? Based on ending sound. Oh, so what does that mean? That means before the today's session, if I had given you any word with the ending sound, then the answer should have been singular. But after you attended this today's session, after this moment of time, no more blanket statement singular if the word has an ending sound. Your answer should be, it could be singular or it could be a broken plural, because both of them have an ending sound, un and in at the end. So now no more saying tanween, singular means, tanween means singular. It could be singular or it could be broken plural. How to figure it out? We will see it later. But at this moment, understand, now tanween or ending sound means broken plural or singular. That's the first thing, how to recognize. The second thing about them is how to categorize them. How to categorize them, because there are two categories of broken plurals. Broken plurals are of two types. One is human broken plural. One type is human broken plural and the other is non-human broken plural. These are the two categories of broken plurals existing in the Arabic language. So two things that you should be aware. First, recognize them. Oh, this is a broken plural. Second thing, categorize them. Is it a human or non-human? Because there are certain consequences of putting them into human and non-human. So this flow chart, if you understand, alhamdulillah, you will have an easier time with the broken plural. Okay, fine. Now let's see some examples or how to deal with this broken plural. As I told you, every language has got weirdness and Arabic is not an exception for it. In Arabic, there is one rule that sounds little bit weird, but that's the reality. And that rule is, Arabic language says that all the non-human broken plurals, they must be treated like a she. Okay, I repeat. Every time you come across a non-human broken plural, you should treat it as or refer it as a she. What do you mean by she? Well, she means feminine and she means singular. The word she tells you it is a feminine, and the word she tells you that I have the number of singular on me. So the rule is weird at two levels. What are those two levels? First of all, the non-human broken plural has nothing to do with the girl or with the femininity, but it says you should treat it like a feminine. That's the one weirdness. Second weirdness with this rule is that this we are talking about a plural and you are asking us to treat it like a singular. That's the second weird that is. So these two things, if you can somehow imbibe inside you that, okay, every time I come across a non-human broken plural, I'm going to treat it like a she. I'm going to consider as if I'm talking about a she, which means I'm talking about a thing which is singular and which is feminine. It is weird, but that's the fact. Okay? It's the rule in the Arabic language. Just like if somebody is questioning why should I write P when I'm not going to pronounce it in English, psychology. Why should I write B when I'm not going to pronounce it? Det. Well, that's how the language is. Well, how will I know there is a B silent here, there is a P? Well, you'll have to study the detailed rules when which word or which letter becomes silent. So in Arabic also, the rule is every time you are coming across a non-human broken plural, okay, treat it like a she. Consider that the number on that is singular and the gender is feminine. Even though common sense tells you, no, the word is plural and it has nothing to do with feminine. No, it has to do with feminine and it is singular. As far as grammar is concerned. Translation would be normal. But grammar, if I ask you the question, I gave you a word, non-human broken plural, give me the gender of it. Okay, you should say she, feminine. Give me the number on this. Even though you are seeing it's a plural, you should say singular. Only in the grammar world. Okay? That's the rule. Now let me show you example of this. You might be wondering that this is only limited to the spoken Arabic. No, you will see it in Qur'an. So if you don't understand this, you will have a hard time understanding the verses. I'm sorry, I should not be using the word. The ayahs of the Qur'an. Okay? So for example, look at this ayah from the Qur'an. Okay, before the ayah, I forgot. Let's look at this example. General paragraph, and then I will show you the ayah from the Quran. Look at this. Khadija bought 4 books. She read each of her quickly. After finishing, she returned all of her to the store, even though she liked her very much. Now, this is weird English, but proper Arabic. This is weird English, proper Arabic. What should be the word replacing the her in the proper English paragraph? Huh? It? No, we are talking about books. Them. Yeah, English word should be them, not it. We are talking about 4 books. So it's plural. So the correct English paragraph would have been this. Khadija bought 4 books. She read each of them quickly. After finishing, returned all of them to the store, even though she liked them very much. This is proper English but incorrect Arabic. The upper one is a proper Arabic but incorrect English. Why? Because we are talking about books. Books is non-human broken plural. So what does the rule say? Treat it like a she. So that's why we are using the word her. Her means singular, her means feminine. We are not treating it like a plural entity. We are treating it like a female. That's what the rule says. Now, that does not mean every time I come across a non-human broken plural, I should look for a way to categorize as singular feminine. No, only if you are talking about it, only if you are referring it, only if you are going to reference it, then only you treat it like a plural. If I just say there are many books in the library, so I use the word kutub, okay? I use the word kutub and then I never mention the books. No question of treating it like a feminine. Unless I refer them, there are many books in the library, they are really good. Then I should say, she is really good. Okay? Only if I am referring. But if I am not referring, this rule will not come into pictures. Many students take it to the heart. Oh my God, I got a non-human broken plural. How should I make it she? No need to. Don't panic. Only if you are referring it, only if you are talking about it. Like for example, let's say that there are a group of 3-4 guys talking about some, let's say, books of the library. And suddenly the fifth person joins in the middle of it and they are talking in Arabic and then say, she is really good. Well, what he means is that book is really good because he's talking about the books. So this is how they refer it. In Arabic, non-human broken plurals will be treated as she. Okay? Does that make sense? I know it doesn't make sense, but you'll have to make it sense. We are learning their language, we follow their rules. I mean, there in the sense, the Arabic rules. It's not our mother tongue. Fine? Yes, somebody saying something?
So the example will be same for Khalid also. If Khalid bought 4 books, what will be the statement then?
It's not the question of whether the books is being brought by a male or female. It's the books. It's the books. Whether Khalid brings it or Khadija brings it or Maimuna brings it or Abdullah brings it. It's the books, not the Khalid, Maimuna or Khadija. Books is being treated as her. Look at that screen. Her is referring to books, not to Khadija. Her is referring to books, not to Khadija. So even if Khalid brings it, the same thing will be there. Okay? Well, see, we have learned English not from the grammar point of view. We have learned it by practicing it. Most of us might have studied from the convent English school. We spoke in English, we read in English, we thought in English, we laughed in English, we slept in English. So we learned the English. We never questioned the grammar. Just like a kid learns Urdu, Hindi in their house, they don't learn the grammar. Right? So we don't see the weirdness, we just accept it. For example, let me tell you, what's the number that comes after 20? Quickly.
21.
After 30?
31.
After 40, 41 and so on. So with this logic, shouldn't it, what should come after 10? 21. After 10 there should be 21 because after 20 is 21, after 30 is 31. It should have been 21. Did you question your teacher? Hey, what is this 11? Where this 11 came from? It should be 21. No, we just digested it easily. Never questioned it. Never questioned it. Yeah, it's okay. But if somebody is learning English grammar and the teacher tells, hey, after 20, 21, after, then he will be like, and after 10, why is it 11? Well, that's how it is. Just accept it if you want to learn English. Otherwise, get out. That's what the teacher will say. The Poland people, they are called as Poles. Like Indian people, India people are called as Indian. Poland people are called as Poles. I am a Pole, he says, which means I am from Poland. So the Holland people should be called as? No, they are not called as whole, they are called as Dutch. Okay? So that logic doesn't work there. See, if I tell you the stars are out, look at the weirdness in the English language. I'm just giving you some examples so that you understand, okay, what's going on here. When I say the stars are out, are the stars visible or invisible? Visible. The stars are out means the stars are visible. But if I just change the star to light and I say the lights are out, is it the lights are visible or invisible?
Invisible.
What is this going on now? When I use the star, you said visible. When I just change the star to light, now you're saying, how will the English learning person understand this? When to say visible, when to say non-visible? I just change. The one who drives is driver, one who listens is listener, one who speaks is a speaker. So what is the meaning of finger then? One who thinks? No, it doesn't mean one who thinks. That's the English language. So these are just some of the taste that, okay, there is weirdness in every language. So we should not be worried too much about it. Okay, so this is one of the weirdness in the Arabic language, but we should understand and digest it. That's how it is. Okay, and this is a small part of our learning. Not the whole Quran is full of this thing. And slowly over a period of time, you will assimilate, you will digest this understanding. It will come naturally. Don't worry about it. Here is an example from the Quran that shows broken plural. Okay, Allah says in Surah number 29, ayah number 43. Tilkal amthalu nadribuha linnasi, and he goes on. Now, look here the blue word amthal. The blue word amthal. This is the plural of mithal. Mithal means example. We all know it. Mithal, example. Amthal, examples. Aha. Now when I say examples, which type of plural it is? Masculine, feminine or broken? Examples. Broken. Masculine plural will be una, ina. Feminine plural will be atun, atin. That's it. If it doesn't have una, ina, atun, atin and it's a plural, it has to be broken plural. Now, what is human and non-human broken plural? If the meaning is related to human beings, angels or jinns. If the meaning of the word is related to human being, angels or jinns, we considered it as human broken plural. Rest everything is non-human broken plural. Okay? So, amthal will come under human broken plural or non-human broken plural? Non-human broken plural. Amthal is non-human broken plural. So, what was the ruling? Non-human broken plurals must be treated like a she. Now, look at the word before amthal. It says tilka. Tilka is a pointing word. We have not studied. We'll study inshallah after 3-4 sessions. We are going to study the pointing words. In English, the pointing words don't have gender. I can say this girl. I can say this boy. I use the this words, same word this for boy and girl. No difference. Those boys, those girls. No difference. In Arabic, no, you can't do that. In Arabic, the pointing words are gender specific. So if I'm pointing at a girl, I should use a female pointing word. If I'm pointing at a masculine thing, I should use a masculine pointing word. Tilka is a female pointing word. And tilka is singular. The plural is ulaika. Ulaika ashabun nar. Ulaika is a plural. Tilka is a singular and feminine. So tilka is pointing word. So well, at what it is pointing? The word that the pointing word points it, immediately the next word. Like I say, this chair. The chair is the word that I am pointing at. So after tilka, the word is amsal. So tilka is pointing at amsal. But tilka is feminine and tilka is singular. And it is pointing at amsal. Why? Because amsal is a non-human broken plural. So I should treat it like a female, she. So that's why the tilka word is there. If you don't know this rule, then you will never understand the interpretation of this ayah. This is where those people who study the Arabic language at academics, as per them, this is the mistake in Quran. Because they don't study all the Arabic grammar rules when they are studying it as academics. They are studying it mostly with the perspective of spoken Arabic. The Arabic that is used in the communication. And that doesn't follow all the rules. Classical Arabic rules have to be followed. So that's why you need to understand this. So those people who try to understand Quran from word for word, may Allah reward them. I'm not saying anything like, okay, you should not do. It's better. But these things are not comprehensible by learning from word to word. How will? Tilka means that feminine. Okay. And amsal is example. That feminine doesn't make sense. So at certain point, the grammar has to be understood to understand the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala properly. So tilka, that's why it's a feminine singular word is used, which is pointing at amthal. Okay. And the pink colored ha is also a pronoun, which is again singular feminine pointing at amthal. Okay. So that's one of the examples from the Quran. Here is another example. Look at this. Tilka rusulu faddalna ba'duhum ala ba'z. The word rusul. Which type of plural is this? Masculine, feminine, broken? Broken. It is broken plural. It's broken plural. Is it human or non-human? Human. Messengers are human. Messengers are human. So it's related to human. So it's a human broken plural. Again, the rusul word is pointed with a female singular word tilka. It's a broken plural. That's why tilka. Anybody wants to say anything? No?
Human, non-human is there.
Yes. That's the reason I paused it. Okay, so basically there are two rules. That's why these two examples are given. One rule, non-human broken plurals must be treated as she. Human broken plurals may be treated as she. I repeat, Non-human broken plurals must be treated as she. Human broken plurals may be treated as she. So when I say maybe, automatically there are two options. When you use maybe, he may come, which means he may come or he may not come. He may be happy, so he may be happy, he may not be. Whenever you use the word may, there are two possibilities. But when you use must, there is only one possibility. So these are the two rules that you should remember from today's session. Non-human broken plurals must be treated like a she. No option. You have to treat, it is mandatory. Human broken plurals, you may treat it like a she or you may not. That's optional. That's optional, up to the author. Whether you want to treat it like a she or no, or go with the reality. Whatever is the reality, go with the real. Use your common sense and use the reality. But in case of non-human broken plural, no. You have to treat it like a she. So these are two rules related to the Arabic plurals that you should be aware of. Then only you will properly understand why at times we have these words being treated in a certain unconventional way. Okay, so that's the reason behind it. Now tell me, any questions?
Okay. Sir, how will we know that when it is to be treated as a mandatory one and when it will be optional?
Well, that's what he said that. So, whenever, okay, here is the, I think the question should be a little bit modified. The first question is, how will I know that this is a broken plural? Because normal plurals I can see at the ending and figure it out. But if a word comes suddenly and I don't know the meaning, I'm learning Arabic, I don't know the meaning, how will I know? Well, you will have to know the meaning of it first of all. The meaning of that word. Is it singular, dual or plural? You will have to know it. Then only you will be able to judge whether it is human or non-human. This is like, again, I have to give the same example. Go back to English so that make people understand. If you are the English teacher, you are teaching English to someone, let's say from the Arab country he has come or he is studying online at you. He doesn't know English at all. He is studying from zero and you are his teacher. You are teaching English. So you teach him, okay, in English it's very easy to make any word plural. Just add a S. So if you have a girl, just make it girls. If you have a boy, make it boys. Okay. If you have a car, make it cars. So you tell him and he's like happy, very happy. Oh my God, it's so easy to make plurals in English. And suddenly one day he's reading a book and he comes across a word teeth. And now he's like, teacher, what is this? And you say it's a plural. But teacher, it doesn't have an S on it. Well, my dear, in English, there are words which become plural without S also. But teacher, how will I know it is plural? Teeth, how will I know? Well, you will have to just memorize it and know it. Look the dictionary or ask the teacher, but somehow you'll have to know it. There is no other way for you. So this is the same answer here. How will I know it's a broken plural? Well, first of all, you need to know that is it this word a plural or not. Once you know this is a plural and a broken plural, then from the meaning you can figure it out. Once you know meaning, like Rusul. Oh, Rusul means messengers or messengers. So the word Rusul can tell me it's a broken plural because it doesn't have una, ina, atunatin. And from the meaning, I can tell this is the human broken plural. But if I tell you, let's say, what is this? Hijarun. If the word you are reading Quran and the word comes Hijarun and you see the word for word translation, it says stones. Hijarun. Stones. Okay, stones. Oh, so it's a plural. So Hijarun is a broken plural. Ah, yes, it's a broken plural. But what type of broken plural? Human or non-human? Well, stones means non-human because it's not related to humans, jinns or angels. So it's a non-human. Oh, okay. So the rule should be non-human broken plurals must be treated like a she. So that rule will apply to the hijarun. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That means we need to memorize the broken plurals.
Yes, those words
To some
which,
extent.
yeah, to some extent, if we are a friend of Quran, we are reading Quran, we are always trying to understand the words meaning. So those, we have a limited words that we can, it will over a period of time, we will know the meaning of it. And then we can apply the grammar rule. But yes, unless you know the meaning, you can mistake it for a singular word because both of them have an ending sound. So if I say Rusulun and you don't know messenger, you might think, sir told us that if there is a ending sound on it, it's a singular. Yeah, it may be singular, it may be broken plural. But if you can mistake it for a singular word if you don't know the meaning. And that's the same thing with English. If the guy doesn't know teeth is a plural, he will look, okay, there is no S. My teacher told me S means plural. So teeth is a singular word. Well, no, not really. It is plural. That's how it is. Okay, fine. Okay, do we have some example? Okay, so here are some examples we will do, and inshallah then we'll call it a day for today, and that will take care of the number. So number is all about plurals. Okay, so here are some examples. Yeah.
Sir, I have a question, sir.
Go ahead, go ahead.
When we say broken plural, okay,
Yeah.
the Rafa, Nasab and Jar states will be different or same?
Well, it will be the same. Okay, good question. Let me see. Let me start. Okay, here is. Let me make you a table so that you understand it completely. For the word which has a normal plural, let's say Muslim, Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin, Muslimani, Muslimaini, Muslimaini, Muslimuna, Muslimina, Muslimina. We know this. Okay, this is for a normal sound plural. How will the table look like for a broken plural? Well, let's say, for example, we take the word kalam. Kalam means pen or pencil. And if I want to make a table of it, singular, dual, plural, how will the table look like? Very easy. There will be no change in single, dual. As I told you, they are same for everyone. The only change will come in the plural column. So if I had to make a complete table of the word kalam, it will be kalamun, kalaman, kalamin, kalamani, kalamaini, kalamaini, 2 pens. And then it will not be kalamuna or kalamatun, it will be aklamun. Aklam means pens or pencils. Aklamun, aklaman, aklamin. That's how it is. So the only difference is I will not have una, ina, I will have the ending sound only there. But with the plural word. Same with the Rasul. Rasulun, Rasulan, Rasulin, Rasulani, Rasulaini, Rasulaini, Rusulun, Rusulan, Rusulin. Okay, does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, that's how the table will be. That's how the table. That's why I said the singular, dual, it's the same for everyone. It's only the plural where you need to pay attention. Okay? Now, here is look at this. Here are certain words given with the Arabic and their English meaning. For example, shuhada'akum. Let me do the first one for you so that you know how to solve this. As I told you, Arabic is a mathematic language. You need to solve it. It's a pattern based. It's logical. So sometimes you have to have mathematical, analytical skills. Look at this. Shuhada'akum. Okay? Shuhada'akum. So there are 2 words, shuhada and kum. Okay? And the translation is your witnesses. So shuhada stands for witnesses. Okay? So from the English meaning, we can figure it out that shuhada is a plural word. Okay? That's how we solve it. We need to know the meaning. Okay, so meaning is given. Shuhada means witnesses. Now looking at the meaning, can you tell me, is this word shuhada singular, dual or plural? Plural. Now here is the graph that you should follow always. You will never make a mistake if you follow what I am saying now. Every time you are solving this puzzle of plural, this is what you should do. First check, is it singular, dual or plural? It's a plural word. The moment you conclude that the word is plural, here is what the steps follow. How many types of plural? 3 types of plural. Masculine, feminine, broken. Don't jump the guns. Many times students get very much excited and jump it and make the mistake. If you follow these steps, you cannot make a mistake because there is no room for mistake. So this word is plural, which means I have 3 possibilities. It could be a masculine plural. Please keep your mics muted. It could be a masculine plural. It could be a feminine plural. It could be a broken plural. How will I know it? Well, from the Arabic, I can make out whether it is masculine or feminine because I don't see una, ina. I don't see atun, atin, which means this is not masculine plural, not feminine plural. So the only option left is this has to be a broken plural. I can conclude this based on only Arabic. I don't need English. Okay. Once I conclude this is the broken plural, then I need the support of the meaning. Because now broken plurals are of 2 types, human and non-human. So I need to know the meaning. So the meaning says witnesses. Now do you think witnesses will come under human or non-human?
Non-human.
Witnesses are non-human. So you go to the court and you take a donkey and a horse as a witness? Witnesses means the one who witnesses. It's a human. It's a human thing. Humans witness. So this is a human broken plural, not non-human. Human broken plural. Okay. So I concluded this is a plural, and inside the plural it's a broken plural. Inside the broken plural it's a human broken plural. Now what's the rule regarding human broken plural? What was the rule?
It can be
No. See, again you are jumping the girl. You are jumping the guns. That's what the student make the mistake. My question is, what is the rule regarding human broken plural?
It may be or may be not treated as
It may be treated as a she. Yeah. It may be treated as a she, which means there are two options. It may be treated as a she or it may not be. So let's apply first the first one. It may be treated as she. Okay, so we'll treat it like a she. So shuhada is she, which means what's the number and gender on shuhada?
plural.
If I treat it like a she, it will be plural.
No, sorry, singular.
And what's the gender?
Feminine.
That's one answer. When I treat it like a she, my answer will always be singular feminine. So if you apply the rule, this is singular feminine. But the rule says you may not apply also. Okay. Then in that case, the answer will be, I will go with the reality. I will not apply the grammar rule of she. The reality. What is the reality? Is it the plural word, singular or dual? What's the actual reality?
It's plural.
It's plural. And what's the actual reality? Is it feminine or masculine by default?
Masculine.
Masculine. So the two answers are singular feminine or plural masculine. This is how we concluded it. If I apply the rule, then the gender and the number is singular feminine. If I don't, I will go with the reality. The reality says it's a plural and a masculine thing. Do you understand this thing? Let me do the second one also for you. Okay? The rocks. The Arabic for rocks is hijaratun. The Arabic for the rock is hijaratun. Okay? From the meaning, is it single, dual or plural? Plural. Again, same steps we should follow. Plural means three option. Masculine, feminine, broken. Which one should you put this?
No, Ina is not there. Atun is not there.
So broken.
That's why it will be broken.
Broken plural. Okay, so we concluded broken. Now you have two options. Human, non-human. Which one should you put? Non-human. The rocks are non-human. Okay, non-human has only one rule. It must be treated like a she. So what's the number gender on this?
That's it.
feminine singular.
That's it. That's the only answer it will have. SF. Singular feminine. Singular feminine. Here's the third one. Annasu. People. Annasu. People. What type of plural? Masculine, feminine, broken?
Broken.
Broken plural. Broken plural. Human or non-human?
Human.
You may treat it like a she, you may not. If you treat it like a she, what's the number gender?
Feminine.
Plural feminine.
SF, fixed, SF. And if you don't, go with the reality. What's the number gender?
Masculine.
See how it becomes easy? This is the most difficult topic to explain to the student. It took me like 6 to 8 months to understand this. Very confusing. Very confusing. But if you follow this master rule that I just shared with you, look at the number. Plural, 3 options. Okay. Broken plural, 2 more options. Okay. 2 rules. Maybe or must be. That's it. There is no room for mistake here. You cannot, even if you want, you can't make mistake if you follow this. But the moment you try to jump one of this step and use your common sense, you're going to be in a big mess. Look at this. Jannatun, gardens. Is it single, dual or plural word? Plural. Is it? Don't force every word into broken plural. This is atun. That's it. Plural feminine. Plural feminine. No broken plural business here. Plural feminine. Spouses. Azwajun. Azwajun. Single, dual, plural.
Singular.
Singular? Spouses?
Dual, sir. Dual.
Dual? Where is ani, aini, atin, atin? Where did you get the dual from? Spouses. The meaning is given.
Human plural.
It's
Broken human plural.
Yeah, it's a broken plural. In the broken plural, it is human broken plural, which means two options. One option is fixed. What is that?
Human broken plural.
Yeah, so if I treat it like a she, what is the answer? Fixed.
Singular.
SF. Singular feminine is fixed. And what's the other option?
Plural feminine.
Plural masculine.
Masculine.
Default.
Plural.
Plural masculine. That's the answer. Plural masculine. The names. Asma'u, Asma'ul Husna. Names. Is it single, dual, plural? Plural. You masculine, feminine, broken. Which? Broken. Human, non-human. Names are non-human. Non-human. Names don't have existence. Names of human beings, that's the difference. We are not saying names of. Names itself, that's a non-human broken plural. So what should be the answer?
Singular feminine.
That's it.
Singular feminine.
Only one answer. Singular feminine. That's it. Singular feminine. Here's the last one. Samawat, skies. Samawatu. Tell me.
Samawatu feminine.
Feminine.
Again, jumping the gun. That's why I told you, don't jump the gun. This is what the students do, and then they confuse, and then they said, okay, it is difficult. First of all, from the meaning, hold on. From the meaning, is it single, dual, or plural? From the meaning. So follow these steps. Don't jump. Plural. Masculine, feminine, broken.
Feminine. No, broken.
Feminine. Broken.
Non-human broken.
Non-human broken plural. If I remove the al,
Sorry, feminine.
yeah,
Feminine and atu sound.
right. If I remove the al, it becomes samawatun. It becomes samawatun. So it is atun. So this is plural feminine. It is plural feminine. Now there is a little bit of debate in this. There is something more to it. But at this stage, we will treat it like a plural feminine. There is another aspect to it, but we will keep that as something which we'll study later in the advance, because there is something which makes this singular feminine also. Okay, but at this moment we will just keep it that atun, atin is feminine, and una, ina is masculine. Rest everything is broken plural. So if there is a non-human broken plural, it must be treated like a she. So the answer will be singular feminine, and it's a human broken plural. It may be treated like a she, SF, or you go with the reality, whatever is the reality. That's how you solve it. Okay? Is there any questions now? Any questions? No? Okay. So if no questions, inshallah, this is the last slide, I believe. Is it? Yeah, that was the last slide. So that completes the number part of it. Alhamdulillah. So we have finished two properties, status and number, inshallah. Tomorrow we will try to finish the gender, inshallah, and after that type. So that will take care of your basics of isms. Then inshallah the more interesting part starts, where we start studying the relationships between the words. Now what we are studying for this, what is this, today's 6th session? So tomorrow 7th, 8th. So first 8 session, we are limited to single words. We are only studying a word. What's the status? What's the number? What's the gender? What's the type? What's the weight? What's the flexibility? We are studying singular words only, single words. The moment you go beyond this, now you will start studying the relationships between the words. When two words come next to each other, what different types of relationships occur between those two words, and that makes it more interesting. Inshallah, that takes you to the next level. But before that, we have 2 more topics to complete, the gender and the type. Okay, if you don't have any questions, then maybe we can call it a day here. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum.